Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rogers Kakasungura YouTube channel. It is a Saturday. We have woken up well to start the weekend after a continued 3-day of demonstrations. Those who really follow me, yesterday, that's at night, I did a live video and I explained a lot of things. So without going into details, we are mobilizing emergency funds. The people who were there during the time of Moi, you can better understand what I was explaining at night. And without even going into details, you can refer to my live video I did at night. It will give you much of the details. Thank you to those who have already supported my account. God bless you. Kuna watu wamejitolea kusupport my account. And as I said, we are raising close to 200,000. And God willing, tutafika tu. So as I'm speaking right now, we have raised some cash, but I hope itatosha. God bless you. I was reading a shocking story here of a Form 4 student who was shot 9 times, 8 times on the chest, and 1 bullet caught his arm in Kisumu. And this story has been exclusively done by the Daily Nation newspaper by 3 journalists, Angelino Cheng, Victor Rabala, and Rashidi Udia. This is a very traumatizing story. I was reading this story and I was shedding my tears. Why? Just a Form 4 student. And I want to read for you this story. It's so heartbreaking. When Fidel Castro Cheng, 19 years, was sent home from school earlier this week, he was looking forward resuming classes on Friday as his parents had promised. However, the Form 4 student at Olembo Boys Secondary School will have to stay home for a little longer after he fell victim to police brutality during the ongoing anti-government protests in Kisumu. Ochieng, who is currently being treated for gunshot wounds at Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Hospital, has 9 bullets locked in his body. The nurse in charge of the hospital, Ms. Teresa Okiri, said 8 bullets were locked in the patient's chest and 1 in his arm. And I quote, "We are preparing for surgery in the next few minutes." Those were the sentiments from Ms. Okiri. In an interview from his hospital bed, Ochieng recalled how he was playing cards with a group of friends in Nyamasaria when a group of police officers invaded their compound. The next thing he heard were the officers shouting that they had found them after long search. One of them shouted to others that we were hiding after causing a disturbance and started beating us with a big stick. That is Ochieng narrating. The three young men tried to run away, but one of the policemen pulled out his gun and pointed it at them. Ochieng was shot 8 times as he fled on the chest. He was lucky to meet someone who carried him on his motorbike. But as they fled to hospital, the policeman fired a final shot that hit his arm. The 19-year-old says he's lucky to have escaped alive because the armed officer chased them, shooting until they entered the hospital gates. You can imagine. Police following a 19-year-old student, continuously shooting them from behind until the hospital gate saved them. The Kenya we wanted is here with us. Ochieng is saying, the pain is unbearable. I have not been able to sleep. The bullets in my chest are uncomfortable. One of my friends succumbed to the bullet wounds while being treated. One of the friends died. I thank God I'm still alive. By 1 p.m. on Friday, that is yesterday, the nurse in charge confirmed that 2 patients with a similar number of gunshot wounds had been successfully operated on and were recovering in the high dependency unit, that is the HDU. According to Ms. Okiri, the patients, who are mainly young males, with the oldest being 32 years, had bullets lodged either in the chest, back, or arms. Ms. Okiri says, yesterday we had 14 more patients with gunshot wounds. 15 patients who had bullets lodged in their bodies were successfully operated on. Mr. Joseph Othiambo, 22, a border rider, was also among the dozens of patients queuing for surgery at the hospital on Friday. He claims to have been shot by police in civilian clothes on his way home from work at 4 p.m. on Thursday. Mr. Othiambo said in an interview that the policeman shot him in the right leg as he tried to flee, and he was rushed to the hospital by a friend. At the hospital, 3 other patients, Colin Ochieng, 20 years, Tony Owino, 21, and Kalari Ochieng, 19, are also awaiting surgery with bullets lodged in their backs, knees, and hips. Mr. Wigo, a second-year student at the Great Lakes University in Kisumu, said he was shot in the knee in the Nyalenda slums. He said a police officer fired tear gas into a room where they had taken refuge. He was shot in the knee as they ran for safety. Ms. Okiri said 2 patients had died at the hospital on Thursday, bringing the total number of deaths since July 7th to 6 of them. Among those who died of gunshot wounds was Elia Michael, a second-year student at Kisumu National Polytechnic, who was hit by a stray bullet. The nurse in charge said the health workers manning the facilities were overwhelmed, with some forced to work continuously for up to 36 good hours. She said some of the health workers were unable to go to work due to insecurity, leaving the few remaining with a heavy workload. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what is happening, or what happened in Kisumu. Kenya is bleeding. Kenya is bleeding. I don't know why the police decided to use such a force on innocent lives. But I think one day we shall get a proper answer on the same. One day. One day. Power is transient. One day we shall get an answer. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. See you in the next video. Asanteni sana.